So mainly I will use virtual currency, except for 4.1. 4.1 I realize not that good, so I will use the robo advisor for 4.1. A lot of things to say no, no, no to. And I will also share a journal because of the demographics, right, for survey. Right, okay. Let me go to the right page first, right? So we are in chapter 4. So chapter 4, I will search the right page first. Okay, I set all my pages ready. This one, I want to show you the demographic one, right? Demographic. Okay, I will explain part by part. Hold on. Right. And I will show you also the checklist, what we are supposed to report. So the table I've shown you is very important. So what you report in chapter 4, you have to follow, right? If you're survey, you will follow this one. If you're secondary data, you follow this one. You understand? Okay? Right. But you can see whether it's survey or secondary data, you must start with descriptive statistics, isn't it? So we are going to start with descriptive statistics. Okay? So descriptive statistics, I think the better version is the robo-advisor one. So I will use that. But later, for the rest, I will use the virtual currency. Okay? So as usual, chapter 4, you can put this student put findings and discussion, or this student also copy. Alright, no lah. The second one copy the first one, but yeah, you can write findings and discussion. You can write results. Just follow lah, right? The main thing you have to say is results, okay? So as usual, the first part, I think you're used to it, right? This is overview of the chapter. Okay. Now, you will put 4.1, follow lah, descriptive statistics, right? Okay. Now, what are you going to write? Okay. First of all, I show you the table. After I show you the table, then only you understand, right, how to interpret the table. So table, you got two options. Either you put it right after 4.1 or you put it at the end of 4.1. You understand? So the choice is yours. Which one you think is more presentable? So this student, I will show using robo-advisor. So she put it at the end, right? So this is how it should look like. Remember your table, you will name 4.1, next table 4.2. It doesn't follow the section, isn't it? It follows chapter 4, table number 1, table number 2 until the end. Agree? So this is our first table, table 4.1. You can copy the title here, descriptive statistics for all variables. So you notice what we have to report are the thing I highlighted, isn't it? From the software output, remember all the yellow thing? Now you can see where it goes in my template. So this table you have to create yourself, cannot be lazy or copy straight SPSS here or EView straight here. This one is more like journal style, isn't it? Very more presentable and only the information that we are interested in. So the first column, I put variable. So if in chapter 3, you created symbol, isn't it? Right? Then here we will use symbol. If you didn't create symbol, I think all created symbol, isn't it? Right? If you didn't create symbol, then the long name of maybe your variable name is not so long. Then no need symbol. But if you have created symbol, we will put the symbol here. Okay? Put what? We will always start with putting the DV, followed by the IV, and then the control variable, if you have control variable, okay? As I always say, in the research, the dependent variable is the most important. So we put DV first, IV. For secondary data, the final one will be your control variable. Okay? I will report observations. You can see this from your software output, isn't it? How many observations? Mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. Only this. Okay? What else do you notice? You notice observation, we'll just keep it to the round number, 90 lah. Your case like survey 300 no, isn't it? What about for the case of those using secondary data? Yours will be firm times year. Meaning it's not just 100 firm times 5 years. So meaning I would expect, unless your sample is a different type, if the normal like Bursa Malaysia 100 firm 5 years, meaning here will be firm year observation. We will put in 500. Again, you follow the software lah. The software will tell you, isn't it? What is your observation? And you notice my mean, standard deviation, minimum, maximum. You notice it's very organized here. Why? Because all the decimal places are standardized. Do you notice? All these are little fine detail. Maybe you say, very pleasing to the eye, but don't know why so nice, right? All these are conscious effort. Your decimal places, normally we will standardize either to 3 places or 4 places. Journal, you see sometimes go 6, 7 places, too many already. We don't want, we round up to 3 to 4 places. And we standardize for all, understand? Okay? And if you choose 4 decimal, throughout the whole chapter 4 is 4. Meaning communication among group members are important. Not one thing is 3, another 4. When combined, it looks like a very strange, inconsistent report. Okay? And you notice I've mentioned that in chapter 2, the table, isn't it? We use the minimalist style. 3 lines only. The first line will be on top. The last line will be before the note to the table. This one will be 1 point. Right? And then the middle one is 0.5 point. I think you say the Google Doc cannot do this. Word can do this, isn't it? I don't use Google Doc, but this is using Word. That's why we can set the thickness of the border. Okay? Right. And at the bottom, very important. Because if you use symbol, not everyone know what is your symbol, isn't it? Right? EQU. Let's say I'm reading for the first time. Hey, what is EQU? So you must guide the reader. How can I find out what is EQU? But remember, I told you in chapter 3, isn't it? At the end of chapter 3, under your summary, prepare a what? A table, isn't it? Let's go back. What is table 3.3 in her case? This table, isn't it? Remember, at the end of your chapter 3, this table is useful because in chapter 4, you don't have to repeat. EQU is what, CONSE is what you save a lot of word count and so on. So for any symbol, you just ask them refer to table 3.3. Table 3.3, some students mistaken, they thought refer to the model, they put their section 3.2. I say table 3.3, they put section 3.2, right? We always ask to refer to the table, okay? So refer to this table 3.3, then they can find out what all the symbol means, okay? Right. That's the purpose of the table, right? So you can put like that, refer to table 3.3 for symbol and definition of variable. Are you clear so far in terms of the table? So now how to write, okay? At the beginning of every section, if there's a table, we must introduce the table, isn't it? The table, what number is this table and what is the table about? So this is table 4.1. So the function is, it provides the descriptive statistics for the variables used in this study. So at least I tell you, table, are you following? Table 4.4, then what is the purpose of the table? Understand? Okay? And now I will teach you